Hey there, Virgo. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you're new to this channel, click that subscribe right down below, baby. It is free as always. And anyone who'd like to be notified when I post new videos, ring that bell out beside it and they will let you know. Now, as far as these videos, share them, like them, save them to a playlist, put comments down below, whatever, and that begins to circulate and work the algorithm that helps benefit the channel Enjoy the World, but also as you tune in, it helps benefit you, as these are energy sessions to bring in your best, bold, bright, most beautiful dreams so that you live a satisfying, fulfilling, radiant life. Okay, friend, so let's take a look, Virgo, and see what is going on. Everybody else was working with the tarot, and you're like, we ain't everybody. You're like, Joy, get us into the massive deck, and you have two soul cards and a mind card coming on out. We're going to find out what this is all about. So it's almost like we're coming from the bottom up, and we're taking a from the depths, returning back to self, seeing how this all plays out. But the first card we're looking at is 4, doable. The key is within your grasp. Now this looks very Virgoan, a very Virgo door. You have the rhythms of life inscribed up there, and there's like, what planet is that? It's almost like Jupiter and Mars combined. I wonder if they meet up again here soon. But there's the energy of Jupiter and Mars working together about powerful ambition, about powerful ability to connect, but also about some powerful connection, shall we say. It can relate to that as well, and that's you breaking through almost out of the hotel, out of safekeeping, to get the key that something snatched from you. Something snatched, but you're like, I want it back, but let me tell you, this is life giving you a hand. This is life calling you out of there. Otherwise, you would have stayed in there forever. You would have stayed the same. You would have stayed inside that like self-contained place that had everything you need, everything I need for a good life. This is where I want to be. But that's the thing, is like, it wasn't. It wasn't, or otherwise spirit would not have come along to ruffle your feathers, to disturb your nest, to bring you out. So let's find out. We're going to go with the uncommon tarot. Oh, a little bit of justice. In this case, justice has to do with restoration. Restoring of self, restoring of passion, for sure. What are these leaves of passion? I see you. Woo! That was a tight squeeze, y'all. Tight squeeze. Passion. This is the card that came out, and this was the one that wouldn't let go of it. All right. Life is rising up to renew your mind, to bring in the truth of who you are and what it is that you deserve, your bounty that you have earned in this lifetime, the workings of wisdom. And it's like being able to see, there's one eye with which you scrutinize. It's like one eye with which you examine the details. So we're wanting to examine the details of what is doable, of what is your foundational truth and within your reach. Part of it a little bit is what has kept you inside for so long so that you could come out. There was an old promise, an old scribe scroll, something that had been written about you. It could have been a marriage license. It could have been a trust fund. It could, what is that? Holding you back, holding back your prosperity. There's somewhere in your mind that you thought, I'll never have that. That'll never happen to me. That's a bit of what was going on. Okay? And that hemmed you in, it blocked you in, it limited you, and it's like it put you in a grave, and not a laying down type of grave, but a forward-facing grave. Like everything seems grave. Like when you've already decided and it's limited, it's already dead. It's already dead. Those opportunities are DOA, dead on arrival, okay? They're stillborn. They have no life in them. Not even zombie. It's like the breath isn't even allowed to penetrate nor enter. So this key, you're letting me know, is coming from the corners of your mouth. How about a smile, huh? How about a little smile? The lift, the lightness returning to the edge of your heart. And that's bringing in a cone of truth, a opening of the rainbow. I need to get some here. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? What are we going to get? Let's get a Pitman. Let's open up that rainbow for Virgo here. About turn up the corners of the mouth, about a light heart. Okay, we got the 2 and the 10 of clubs. 12. Divine order. divine order. So, no need to disdain, disparage, disgust yourself. No need to even discuss with yourself. Just move on, okay? Step forward into this. Trust that you're being brought out right on time, because this was kind of like calendarically planned. I see it like a finger, like a pen, like a dot. When you GPS something, it's assigned. All right, it's ready. It's time. It is the merging of life. It's the emerging from remerging. Remerging what had seemed spilled out, what had seemed dug up, what had seemed destined for the bin is coming forward. See, both of these are coming. Look at these. Can you see that? Underworld, underbelly coming on up. Underworld, underbelly coming on up. You're coming on up. You moving on up like George and Wheezy. If you've never seen the Jeffersons, go to YouTube. Well, that's where you are. Go check it out. I love it. George and Wheezy, they had a sassy relationship and used to always make me laugh. I love it. So anyways, in the center, we're stepping into some soul work here further, is number 31, solitude. We have alone but not lonely. This is you need to let go of the depths. You're being rescued from the depths, but there's a part of you, remember, of already deciding of that gravity, of that thinking of, it's not going to happen for me. It's not happening to me. The wealth, the prosperity, the love, you're talking about divination, the divining of two souls together. But what is that? Your grasp. Your grasp is, it's beginning to, okay, so this underworld has a grasp on you. So it's so tricky, you almost couldn't even see that. It's more like you have a grasp on this. Like, I've mastered being alone. Everybody else has trouble. They always need somebody, want something, whatever. I've mastered it. I'm fine with being alone. I'm good with this. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I'm good with it. You didn't realize it had a grip on you. That had become an identity. This placement, this assignment became an identity. It was just a place to trespass, to pass right on through, to trespass through, to move on through, to get out the other side. It's almost like, okay, so it's almost like there was this whole other world and you have to pass through to get out on the other side, from the watery depths, from the sand, from the things shifting and changing all the time, to where they come into stability, where they come into manifestation, where they come into seeds planted that take root. Not the loneliness, not the isolation, not the disparaging that takes root, not the negativity, the gravity, the cement boots that cause you to sink, cause you to drown, cause you to they saying eat your own vomit. Now for this one, you're wanting to get a Mary L. So let's find out about this attachment, about getting Virgo loose and set free from this. It was an old wound. A hurt heart. You had followed spirit into a realm. It could have been into that relationship. Remember this thing that was written that bound you, and you had trusted, and it failed. It didn't work, and you thought you failed. So you relegated yourself to this. You adapted your mind. You said, okay, fine, hurt me. I'll just adjust. I'll just be in apathy. I'll turn down my feelings, and I will just hold my breath, and I will just stay here. I will be blue. But it's fine. On goes another day. I'll live in the darkness. I'll live in the shadows. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. But transformation's touching you now. And what transformation is touching you with is the scales of justice, a new pen, a new writing. What you going to write about yourself, love? What you going to tell yourself? You going to say, I'm fine like wine? Are you going to say, life is good to me, life loves me, is delicious? Are you going to say, dream big? Are you going to say, step forward? Are you going to say, know thyself? You're beautiful. You're amazing, you're powerful, you're magnificent, man or woman, whatever here. Or are you going to stay trapped in those eyes of sorrow? Don't bring them back with you. Let them be lit up. Let them be lit up from the skies above. Let them be lit up with the colors of life, the full spectrum. Let that wind breathe right on through there and bring in the refreshment and the peace into your heart, okay? That's what Dorothy got when she went. I mean, all the characters there were her relatives from the farm. And they were each in a difficulty, and when they all came together and realized that they were one and the same, they came out, and she was able to go back home and to see it with new eyes, to see it with color, see it with refreshment, and have a whole new world, a whole new attitude, a whole new script. Flip the script. Flip the script. Flip the script of your mind. This is a moon script. It's like moon-eyed, moon mind. It could have been depression, despair, those type of heavy weighting bondages. Like, remember the cement shoes that sank you down to the depths of the earth, and you're like, to the core, Joy, to the core. They sank you to your core. So we're going to get another card we have incoming. This is your mind, 37. Has to do with that perfect 10, that you are powerfully positioned right now and you're being pollinated. You're ready to bring forth more fruit. The fruit is already there that you haven't even seen yet, that they want you to eat, to divine, and to partake of. But there's also pollination for the next generation already going on. So they're saying you don't have to, highly conserve or parse it out or like cut it into little bits. And here's a bite for today and breadcrumb yourself for the next weeks and months. The pollination's already going on for the next generation, meaning as the food of this month, as you use it up and you enjoy the fruit, there'll be more next month. There'll be plenty, plenty, plenty. That's what you're saying. So tell us a little bit about this plenty here. The plenty for Virgo. Thank you. Now they spun. They spun when they hit the table. You hit the ground running, and what is coming in for you? Because you hit the ground running, you go, okay, I'm going to trust. I'm going to enjoy this fruit. Maybe I have a little bit of savings, a little bit of spending I need to do to jump that chasm, to bridge that gap, to rise up out of these waters and to reawaken my passion, to step into this justice of the things that would color my world, that set me on fire, that caused me to like drip with love. And we have the Four of Cups and we have strength. So this is what we have coming in, but you're hitting the ground running. So what is going on here? It has something to do. Ooh. There's room for love. Lover, love. There's room for it. There's space inside of you. It takes courage and strength, though. It's going to take courage to allow it to come on in. To allow it to come on in, because you've been concealed for a time, and that's how you felt safe, is not being seen. You're just like this. You're like, because see, there isn't even a head up here. The head's all shrouded in, like, don't nobody see me? Doesn't anybody care? I don't know. People know I'm like this and think I'm weird, and they'll be like, who is that fruity woman? Who is that fruity man? What is that? Who they think they are? Who do they think they are? What is that? That's strange. I don't know about a moon that glows like the sun. Okay, that glows with the power of the sun, that they know themselves, that they're fruitful and divine, and even more than just wishers flying off into the atmosphere from the dandelion when you blow the little puff, the little seeds that come off, I call them wishers. We have the winged creatures, the feathers, the downy softness, the gentleness of life, the changing the atmosphere and the air in which those seeds go forward and sink into. It's receptive soil. It's receptive soil. So believe it or not, those around you, they are receptive. Do not be afraid to come out of the shadows, friend. Because the shadow is what you carry. The shadow is how you hide yourself. You haven't wanted others to know your divine glory. Okay? Because your divine glory has a lot to do with that darkness. It has a lot to do with things that seem distasteful from that underworld. Remember that underbelly coming on in over here. But as you bring it up and you return to this world and you step into this world like everyone else, it's not going to look so strange. All right? Well, it'll look fun. It's not going to look so strange. So I want to take a peek at a bit of what this is about. About the light, about the power, the strength, your goldenness, your sacral chakra, divining with your pure heart and mind. Your pure heart and your mind. Hit the ground running. Pure heart, pure mind. With that, we're going to get true heart. Okay? New deck. True heart tarot. Lava, lava. Oh, that's temperance underneath. Okay, so we're just going to call that and a reiteration of strength. And the Four of Cups. Y'all, that is wild. I don't want to say what you're saying. That's why I'm sitting here. It's like, stop playing with yourself. I mean, stop messing around. Stop messing with your mind. Stop mussing it up. Because when you go fiddling too much, you muss it up. All right? You just make mud. And that's not what's wanting to happen here. It's not wanting to stir up that cloud of dust, that pig pen of like, see, I knew I was unattractive. Nobody would be drawn to me. I don't know what's up. I knew I was weird. I knew I was strange. Underbelly weird stuff coming on up. I don't want to say anything or do anything because then people might know. They might know. They might know what? They might know what? You've been being watched for some time, friend. You've been being watched for some time. The world is looking to see and to know you, to know how you've made it, how you've filled your cups, how you've learned to turn down what is not of yourself. And you've stayed true to yourself even through the most despairing and disparaging of times. How'd you stay true? How'd you do it? How'd you make it? How'd you make it alone? How'd you make it by yourself? Because it's so much easier wherever two agree. It's done. If two walk together, if one falls, the other one can lift them up. How did you do it? How did you make it? That's what they want to know. They want to know, how did your moon become the sun? How did you get to know yourself like that? And not just how, they really just want to know your story. They want to know your truth. You're saying they want to know this. Smutty. Perfect acceptance. How'd you make peace with yourself? In the midst of a difficult, dry, dull, weary environment, how'd you make peace with yourself? How'd you travel through those channels of the heart to find perfect peace, Virgo? You set your spirit free. Let your spirit run free. No longer keeping it bound in this body of yours. Let it out free. And it's not going to roam like wander about. It's going to be in your environment, moving all in and out of you. It's the force of life itself is wanting to divine with you. Almost like two lovers when they kiss, breathing each other's breath, exchanging the breath in the connection of passion. That's what life wants. Wants your two lips, baby. Virgo, get ready to taste some love. Hey, leave your comments down below so you can color my world with your love. And I'll check back in with you. We'll talk soon. Bye.